back, everybody. Today I want to talk about your money, your bank account, because the buzz out there is that the banks no longer have your money. For the person who had some savings, had some money in the bank, thought you were sitting pretty, how does it make you feel if you went to the bank, you could not pull your money out? This is your money that we're talking about, sitting in a place that once upon a time was known to be secure. Well, not anymore. Your money has been invested, gambled, used in all kinds of ways, and in an economy that's fallen apart, world crises everywhere, stock market crashing, how do you think everyone's invested money in their bank accounts that's not really there is looking now? So with that, this is a very important topic that you should know about so that you can weigh out your options. The news you should know about coming right up. Special welcome to all the subs. If you guys like news updates that affect you, how-to videos with emergency preparedness, prepping tips weekly, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Okay guys, for starters, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm giving you my opinion and reports that are already out there. Lots of crazy reports out there involving the banks and your money. And this is stuff that you should know. We're talking about Bank of America making crazy statements, PayPal freezing people's accounts. The 6 largest US banks by assets, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, 3 days to figure some stuff out. Or we're looking at what they're calling Black Monday and next week a financial crisis. So with that, let's go over some important things that I think you guys should know. Some testimonies, personal testimonies. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I've got homework, what you should do, what I would do if I were you. Now, I follow a lot of financial groups and they're talking about a Black Monday. What the heck is that? What it means is these banks have been given a deadline. We're talking about financial disasters next week due to possible major losses. As we just went through a health crisis, we were told bills didn't need to be paid. In fact, we were given incentives. We were paid. And the answer to that was print, 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 more money, print more money. And with that, well, it looks like the big party's over. So what are the banks doing? Well, they're putting more and more away in preparation to these loans going bad. Inflation is causing a lot of problems. And you want to know how the consumers are dealing with it? They're putting everything on credit cards. Everything on credit cards and paying 25 to 30% interest. It's in a downward spiral and it gets worse. With the consumer debt up 18.1% in August and with a record hitting 4.68 trillion in debt. Did you know that consumer savings are at an all-time low? You do not have to be an economist to figure out how grim our future is looking. This continues to snowball. There's going to be a bigger problem, and it's going to be hunger. And that's going to really open up people's eyes. So before I give you a real example, what you can expect if you went to the bank today, one thing that you need to be thinking about with all the professionals that I watch reporting that our leadership, our current administration is sugarcoating the fact that we're in a light recession, allegedly. On the other hand, economists are saying that we're in full-blown recession, headed towards full-blown depression. And at the rate that it's going, there's nothing in the foreseeable future that's going to stop it. And there's reports out saying it. These banks and central banks and banking systems have 3 days to get their house in order. Otherwise, they will be facing liquidation. Again, headlines read, U.S. banks set aside $4 billion for the potential losses from bad loans. Wall Street will signal the concerns about the U.S. economy in Q3 earnings this week. To unprecedented monetary and fiscal stimulus, now the loan demand still growing, banks are preparing for the possibility that risk interest rates will slow in the economy and result of higher credit losses. A concern that has already dented the bank stock prices this year. The banks they're talking about are the 6 largest U.S. banks by assets: JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, and Morgan Stanley. Again, they will collectively provision about $4.5 billion in loan loss reserves in the third quarter earnings, according to analysts. Estimates compiled by Bloomberg. Like I said, this is your money, your savings, your retirement. That's the money that's been gambled and invested. And by the sounds of it, it's all about to blow up in their face. Remember, this isn't just about Bank of England or UK or just the United States. Money is moved at a global scale. It's all intertwined and it's all connected. Again, they have 3 days to get things figured out. And if not, we're going to see a Black Monday. And if not Black Monday, major financial crisis next week. The bottom line, central banks and banks are backed in a corner right now. What's the answer? Well, it's for inflation to go back down to 2%. And you know what? They're saying that we're seeing a new standard. It'll never go back down to 2%. And that's the only thing that would pave the road to fixing this right now. And even scarier, the economists are predicting it's supposed to get even worse. So boots on the ground reports, subscriber reports, a lot of people saying they're going to the bank, trying to draw out some money, and they won't give them the money. And if you want to know why, it's because the bank doesn't have it. I've read multiple reports that people are going to their bank, trying to pull out $3,000, trying to pull out $5,000. Managers going back and forth, in result saying, sorry, we can't do that. We can give you maybe 500, we can give you 400, we can give you 1,000. And then they're asking them, what's the money for? Can you believe it? If they asked me that, oh my gosh. So what's their solution? Well, they're saying that they have to put in an order for the money. Some banks, it's taken a few days to get that money in. Other banks, a couple weeks to get that money of yours out of the bank. And lots of banks saying they can't do it. It's against their policy. I know personally, I have a friend that went to the bank, said that they tried to pull out some money for a car. They would not give him the money. And in our local bank, it was going to take 3 days to a week to get the money, to get his money out of his bank account. Now, some might say, well, it's been like that for a while. But the thing is the underlying truths, it's getting worse. They don't have the money. The other people are saying this is how they're going to phase you out of cash. Let me know in the comments what your guys' bank stories are. So the question is, if you went to your bank today to pull out some money, to pull out a little amount for some security in case things get crazy, is your bank going to give you your money? Because here's what some smart folks that I personally know are doing. Money gets deposited into their bank account. They take it out immediately. They only put in a certain amount every single month to cover their bills only. What do you guys think? Is that a smart move to be doing right now? I can tell you this, and this can be seen as your homework. If I were you, I would think about a certain amount of money, go to the bank, see if your bank's going to give you your money. Like I said, it's going to be smart to have a little nest egg at home, if nothing else. And I'll do it too. I'm going to go to my bank and I'll let you all know what happens on my end. But that's the homework. Find out if your bank will give you your money and what the situation is. And let us know down in the comments below. Many preppers, emergency preparedness folks would highly recommend having your money at home, having at least a nest egg at home in case crisis hits. As a lot of people are being warned, have your preps in order. Food, water, provisions, and see if you can get that cash nest egg at home if you can. Anyway, guys, we'll see how this unfolds. Let me know if you do end up going to your bank. Let us know down in the comments what happens, what you experienced. We're all hoping this gets better. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.